What is up, everybody? What's up, Icy? Yeah, just heads up for everybody. It's first episode of 2026. Brandon had he had a situation he had to step out for today, so we got a special guest host. Some might be happier to see him than they are to see Brandon. Who knows? I don't know. It's 50-50 for me. It's a toss up. I love both of them so much. Yeah, we're joined by Icy. How's the new year treating you, man?
The new year is going well. We've got our first rug of 2026. You named the show wrong.
I know, dude. I used the wrong graphic. It's like, dude, you ever seen the movie Office Space?
Yeah, of course.
You know that guy, the guy with the like dorky white dude. He's always like, I always fuck up some mundane detail, and then the guy's like, it's not a mundane. It's one of the greatest scenes of all cinema, right there. But I definitely messed up a couple of the details. Dude,
Office Space is a classic.
Do not give me an option to edit the stream title. Don't edge me and tell me, oh, here's a button here where you can maybe fix this thing, and then I go press the button. Right. You can't change anything on it, dude.
It's an issue. It's definitely an issue on Twitter. But dude, I'm stoked to be here, man. Shout out to Brandon. Yeah. We absolutely love him. And I'm honored to be kicking off the first show of Exit Liquidity in 2026. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, and I'm excited you're here. You were the first person. It says Jerry messed up. I see nothing changed for 2026. Yeah, this is not on my resolutions to be more professional.
Yeah, predictions for 2026. Jerry keeps making mistakes.
I keep messing up some mundane detail. I'm gonna have to watch Office Space tonight just to feel like kindred spirit speak to me.
So good, man.
Yeah. I'm excited you're here. You were the first person I hit up actually because we hadn't had you on yet. And you've been
criminal. We were all so busy in 2025. Congratulations to you and Brandon for building the show, and you guys have a name now, Exit Liquidity, which I think is perfect. We're gonna get into predictions for 2026, and I think there's gonna be a lot of exit liquidity in 2026. But yeah, man, long time listener, first time caller.
Yeah, there we go. Long time listener, first time. We haven't done this show since last year, Icy. No, I'm just kidding. I kept seeing Brandon was getting so irritated yesterday of people being like, I'm tired of seeing this fucking joke already. I was like, dude, it's one day into people making that joke and you're already over it.
I made the joke on Christmas or New Year's Eve around like noon. I was like, I've got enough money to not work for the rest of 2025.
Yeah. See, and that's why, we were talking like before the show, everybody's like recharged and like refreshed, it feels. And I'm like, no, I think we're all just really desperate for having careers back. So no, man,
I'm enjoying the break though, man. I've had a great holiday, been getting some sleep, been getting some gaming in. It's been nice just to have like space and time to think and to breathe. I don't know, man. How's the holiday been for you? And welcome back.
Yeah, man, it's been good. I visiting California. I haven't really been back for like a long visit here since I left like 3 years ago. So yeah, got some good family time in. It's been rain. I brought my golf clubs, dude, and it's rained literally almost every day. I feel like I live in Seattle. It's supposed to be pretty nice, so I might step out for a little bit later.
There you go.
McDonald's upset me.
Friday,
Yeah, McDonald's upset me this morning. Went to go get I was like, it's Friday. I've been working out pretty hard over the last month.
You're looking good.
Bad. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Didn't eat too bad over the holidays or anything. I was like, let me go get a little sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin or something. And then
goated.
Nah, I get there 10:30. They go, we stopped serving breakfast. It's like 10:36. They go, we stopped at 10:30.
One of those.
And I was like, you guys can go fuck yourselves, dude.
Yeah.
Like, be like Jack in the Box. Do you guys have that on the East Coast? Jack in the Box? You know what that is?
No, but I am familiar.
Okay. Yeah. Breakfast all day. Every place should be breakfast all day. I firmly believe this. It's all frozen anyway.
Yeah, at least until noon. I mean, it's 2026. We should be getting breakfast until noon. But Jerry, like, come on, man. We can't start the show off lying in 2026. Be honest. You were there getting a resume.
Yeah, I was dropping off. I was like, you guys got any paper applications in here? Like, can I talk to the manager? Yeah, dude. The world. I see you know this more than anybody that I'm not a morning person.
Yeah.
Because we've been at conferences together for like the
Because
last
it's
years.
noon at conferences and we're like, where's Jerry?
Yeah, and
Still
yeah, they're
sleeping.
like, "Yo, he's like, dude." Sometimes, like, most of the time, I am still sleeping. Sometimes I'm awake, and I'm just like, I can't do this right now. Like, I can't, I can't do this. And then this happens every time, dude. Me,
Mm,
famously not a morning person,
yeah.
I really have to like suffer through the like morning events, and then I walk.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. This is a real thing that happens. You're
Yeah.
always one of the first people I see, and you're so happy, and I'm just like, I hate this guy. Like, I love, but right now, like, I wish I had that ability in me, and I don't have it. So
I mean, I respect your ability to not care and just to do your own thing, like to protect your peace.
yeah,
I love that. And you
yeah,
show up when listen, when you're the star, you can just
yeah.
the world runs on Jerry's
Yeah, dude,
time.
when you walk in and you walk in immediately and you're like, "Talent on set,"
Yeah.
That's yeah,
That is what it's like, staying with you during a conference or an event or whatnot. But hey, man, I want to embody more of that in 2026, man.
Mm,
Because I'm just like my nervousness and like insecurity. I'm like, all right, like I gotta earn my keep here. I
yeah.
never feel good enough, so I'm like, I gotta work hard to deserve it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, you do deserve it. I don't, right? This is a sense of delusion that I have that, is it works for me, I guess. I always tell people, they're like, "Hey, what's up with this, man?" And I'm always just like, it's just part of my charm. And
It's I mean,
then
but that's a
yeah,
secret like hack to life is having that self-confidence and
yeah.
acting with it, man. So I love it, dude. I'm inspired by it.
Yeah. No, it's just, well, yeah, I felt like that my whole life until I spent a week with you in Manila, where I was like, dude, this guy is like, he's like the Pope out here. It's like, dude,
Stop.
you walk in a room and people say, this happened. Okay. For people
We
to
don't
think
need to tell all these
I could
stories.
be,
They heard these stories in December. I
no,
watched
they
the
didn't.
show.
No, they
I've been
didn't.
here.
Not
This is the
enough.
fourth time I've heard you say this, man. We've been
Dude,
glazing each other
I walked
enough.
in. I walked in a room one time and people were chanting this man's name. And I was like, what happened, dude? You want to ever feel like a fat friend in a friend group? Just hang out with Icy and with like teenage Filipino people, and they're just like they're obsessed with him. I am
It's
too. So
It's very kind of you to say that. The truth of the matter is that everyone was like rallying and cheering for me to win content creator of the year. And it felt like it was like, you know, not to like big myself up, but it just kind of felt the energy that we felt all week from other people was like, it felt like my year. It felt like, we were going to do this together. And then it was very, very awkward when I let everybody down
no, you didn't
and
let
we did
anybody
it.
down.
So,
No, man,
next year,
it's
get ready, Jerry. We're gonna be
yeah.
chanting Jerry.
No, no, no. Maybe not at a crypto gaming thing, because some of my predictions might not be might not win me any fans this year. Um, But yeah, I see in your chat, I see AXL meme coin says thoughts on Digidaigaku launching this year. That's actually a probably really interesting thing to talk about in a bit when we get into our
I love
predictions. I
that.
might I might hot add one in.
It's funny. It's
Um,
funny that that came up because I was thinking about them the other day. They were one
yeah,
of the games that I thought about over the break. Oddly enough.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm actually really excited. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Gabe, so
Mhm.
it's
Love Gabe.
yeah. So I think that's something. I mean, if I was a betting man, and I am one, I don't bet against Gabe Layden because I think he
Mm.
has a history of success that shows that he can really like father an industry. Like mobile
Mhm.
gaming, it is what it is because of people like Gabe, and we can talk about that in a second. But yeah, no, you let nobody down. You're my dark horse pick. It's between you and Dub, I think, for the gaming side.
Dove is
Um,
looking good, man. New year, new haircut. I
dude,
don't know if
New
you've seen
Year,
him.
he went
My guy,
corporate, dude.
my guy's looks maxing out here, man. I'm so happy
Yeah,
for
this
him.
kid sold out, dude. I was like, your whole thing is being like the grunge dude who looks like he still is like Nirvana's biggest fan, and now now you look like you listen to like, you know, Ollie Murs or like, Bruno Mars and your Spotify Wrapped or something, right? But shout out to Dub. Yeah,
I
he's gonna have a good year.
I asked one of my like good like hardcore like friends. He's like deep into music. Like he's a music producer and everything. And like so I'm like, I know you got the sauce. Like what's your favorite music. Like, what's your favorite artist? What are you listening to right now? And he blew my mind. He's like, Demi Lovato. And I was like, what? That's not,
Dude,
like, that's fine.
yeah,
Shout out Demi. But like for you, I was expecting some indie, I was like,
right.
I want the sauce.
You still
But
into
no,
like the punk and like hardcore scene at all? I know you're a skater, but
yeah, of course.
yeah.
Dude, the music, the opening, can we give shout out to the opening
Ah,
music on this show, dude? I was vibing. I
thanks.
was doing the air drums over here. I was
They
like, this
always
is
make fun
great.
of me because they're like, dude, you're so emo at heart. Like you don't give off like emo energy. I'm like, I'll always be an emo, you know? Having a total like renaissance, I think, is like the kind of like punk scene all over again,
Mm.
right? And so I'm really excited for that person. I went to more concerts last year than I went to in probably like the last 10 years because
Well,
music's getting so good. Yeah.
this is my favorite take probably ever from you, Jerry. Which I have a lot of favorite takes
Wow.
from
Thank you.
you. I also have a lot of hated takes, like your GameCube controller is just asinine.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite takes from you is that like, crypto and a lot of projects, like they just need to be more punk rock. Like we
Yeah.
just need to get back to being punk rock because I agree. I think that's what, the core of crypto really started out as. And we have lost our way in a lot of ways. And I don't see a lot of punk rock in my predictions for 2026, Jerry. I'll be honest.
Oh, I see so much. I see so much. See,
Oh, I like that.
this is what makes
Okay.
you and I different. I see. Well, in my crypto predictions, there's a little, but in my just like life predictions, and I will say I have three things that really make me why people should trust me here. Okay, I accurately predicted Holly Holm would knock out Ronda Rousey. Okay,
Mm.
I'm still clinging to this one, but everybody told me I was an idiot for this. Was back when I was still like on Twitch all the time.
Holly was a badass.
She was such a
Listen,
badass.
people
But
people were
Ronda was
sleeping on
like,
Holly. I remember
yeah,
people were
but
sleeping on Holly.
yeah. Um, the last elections, right? I was one of the first people. I don't get credit for this on CT, but I was one of the first people to say whatever the prediction markets say is going to happen. Um,
I mean,
and
I
the
bet
third thing,
on it, and I got
yeah,
that right. So yeah.
yeah. The third thing was in like 2020. This is like in the beginning of the pandemic.
Why are the three things you hang your hat on are like from like 4 years ago?
Because these things are legendary calls from me. Okay, and this one I did as a meme. So I used to have this coworker when I was a firefighter. He was so goofy. He was really endearing, but he was really annoying. I don't know if you ever had like a friend like that where you're like
Yeah,
half
his
the
name's
time
Gary.
yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair. Where I was like, half the time I love you, and the other half the time you literally drive me up the wall, right?
Yeah.
And one day we were like stuck on overtime for like literally like 3 weeks. Like I hadn't left my fire station in forever because a bunch of people had COVID, and his hair got like really messy, and we have like all these grooming
Mm.
standards, right? And so our captain was like, dude, you have to go get a haircut. Like there's a barber shop down the road. Like you just look so unpresentable right now. And then I was like, and this is yeah, like 20 early pandemic, I don't whatever time that was, right? Whatever year. But mullets weren't a thing. And this
Mm.
guy was like a really goofy, kind of like redneck white guy. And I was like, dude, you should totally get a mullet because they're gonna you don't know this yet, but like I used to work in fashion and mullets are gonna become a thing. And then they became a thing again. And I was like, no, I said that to fuck with you, you know? But now he thinks he's super fashionable. He's always like, dude, he'll text me and he'll be like, dude, look at this new thing. And I'm like, it's so goofy and that's not going to become a thing. But because I told him to get a mullet and he was like one of the first people to get a mullet,
Yeah.
which I said as a joke. So I had no idea mullets were going to become cool again, but they did. And in a way, I called it.
For a brief moment, but I think we left mullets in like 2023. Jerry, I love you, and I say this to you as a friend with love. You need to update your three things that you're gonna hang your hat on.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, maybe I'll nail some this year. We'll
Yeah,
dive
you
into
had some
them.
great calls last year, man.
Yeah.
You sleeping on yourself.
They're just all negative, you know. All my calls are so cynical. Okay, but 26 minutes into the show, I'm gonna do a couple ad reads here.
Let's do it.
Pangolin. All right, there. We
Great
just
decks.
wrapped up. One of the greatest. Just wrapped up the Pangolin Christmas. They had a big December, but they still have some really cool things that are live. Perps is still out. Perps is doing really well for them. Dude, I think the coolest thing about Pangolin, I've said this multiple times at this point, even off of ad reads, the aggregator, you always get the best price, right? If you're going to swap, you really should be doing it through Pangolin because you're literally always going to get the best price, right? They aggregate the aggregators, right? It's always going to be the best price. That's the only place you can find that. Also, our title sponsor, Arena. These guys make so many things happen for us. We love them. Also big year, a couple big rollouts that we're still really excited about. We still can't talk about, but I
Mm.
think in the next few weeks, people will see some really cool things roll out and kind of a big movement that Arena's starting to work towards that will really help with the longevity of the platform and, ensuring like whatever cycle we're going into, I'm literally could not have a more convicted bet of who will adapt to whatever's happening than Arena because a lot of these things that are going to be coming out, they make the show totally possible. We love them. We're never going to go anywhere. So shout out Arena. Shout out to all the people also on the Arena chat who are hyping Icy up and joining in. Rusty Buckets is in there. John Hapu, a bunch of the familiar
Much love, guys.
faces.
Much love.
Some new faces as well.
Big shout out to
Icy.
the arena,
Oh,
man.
thanks,
You know,
man.
it's
Thanks.
it's not the critic who counts, it's the man in the arena, and you have been a man
Yeah.
in the arena since the
Yeah.
beginning. And
It's
dude,
one of the
yeah, the
all-time
arena
quotes.
has incredible staying power. And I completely agree with you, man. It's really impressive how they have continued to build and support and find, I don't know, like find their home and also to give people a home. Been
Yeah.
really impressed with the arena over the years.
Hey, baby. It was born in a bear. I think if we go into a bear period here, which I still don't know. I still don't know. I don't know which way is up in crypto anymore. But if we go into a
I need
bear,
your
like,
predictions, brother.
yeah, yeah. Let's jump into that. We only got Icy for a few more minutes for until the top of the hour, so it'll be a short and sweet episode today. But we're this is all about the look ahead for 2026. So Icy and I have prepared a bunch of predictions for you guys. And Icy, you want me to kick this off, or you want to go?
Yeah,
You got some
yeah. I'm
honorable
I'm I'm
mentions?
dying to hear some of your predictions, man.
All right.
Listen, for the man who called mullets back in 2020, I need to know what he thinks of crypto in 2026.
All right, I have 7 honorable mentions. We have a top 5 list. Our
Ooh.
top 5, 7. How many honorable mentions you got?
I mean, I've got a list. I've got a list of different things. So yeah, I don't
Okay.
even know what the top 5, to be honest, is. So we're just gonna
Okay.
shoot it.
All right, we'll go one for one.
Okay.
Let me
Ooh, I
pick
like
out
that.
5 of those. We'll go
Yeah,
honorable
yeah.
mentions. We'll rapid fire those,
Sure.
and then we'll go in the top 5. We'll talk through them a little bit deeper. But all right, first honorable mention from me. Okay, crypto we will our first Gen Z brain rot meme that hits like mainstream culture. We will have that this year. There will be a brain rot like 6-7 type meme that we get
Mm.
birthed from crypto. And these kids might not even know. It's the same way these kids all use like Pudgy Penguin gifs and they have no idea what it is. I think we have that start in crypto this year. At least one. At least one.
I like that. I like that. Very creative. These are honorable mentions.
These are honorable mentions. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna put this one as an honorable mention. I think that 2026 is the year of chop. I think that speaking of brain rot memes, I think 2026 will be chopped, and I think that prices will chop around. I think it's going to be a sideways market that kind of just continues to grind people down. There are some silver
Mm.
linings, but 2026 is going to be a year of chop.
Wow, you started cynical. You
Yeah,
started.
I mean, on the positive side, I do think what that means is that the typical 4-year cycle will be broken. I
Yeah.
don't think that we enter full on bear, but I don't think that we get a bull market. I think we chop.
And that kind of sucks because I think I've said for, maybe like the last year now, I think just crypto doesn't enjoy chop. I think crypto
No.
really likes to trauma bond in the bad times. And I think crypto loves the euphoric good times.
Yeah.
But I think chop just kind of
Drives
stresses everybody
everybody
out.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. The year of chop and being chopped. All right. That was a very unk take right there. The people on TikTok will love that. Okay. My next one. At least one either athlete, actor, or rapper will take 25% of their salary as Bitcoin, which will get them hilariously made fun of, but then they will age as like one of the first, like as a genius in like 5 to 10 years time, because I think they'll be one of the first people who's like, this guy's now a billionaire, right? Because like you only have that with like the Floyd Mayweathers and the Jay-Z's and stuff, but like you have a lot of really rich people, but like that billionaire club from just being an athlete or whatever, is, I think, kind of rarefied air. And I think you'll have one of those people take a big percentage of their salary in Bitcoin, and they'll be made fun of all year. But then in 10 years, they're going to be like, this guy did, he was the guy that did this, right?
That's an interesting one. I feel like when did someone do that before? They did it in like 2022 or 2023, and it was like a big deal. Like, but like that was the last time that I ever heard of it.
Yeah, I
Like,
think it
do
was
people?
Odell Beckham.
Yeah, and it was only because of Odell, right? Like, does anyone care anymore if people do that? I don't
Mm.
know. I don't know. How many honorable mentions do you have? Because I don't know if I have enough to go one for one. I can
No,
maybe try and come up with some.
once you're out, I can just machine gun mine off.
All right, yeah. Let's get your machine guns because
Okay.
I want to
All
save.
right.
I want to save like my real ones.
Okay. I think crypto in the midterms coming up later this year, crypto
Mhm.
will be a major piece of like half the candidates that are running. They'll
Mm,
have to make a take on crypto, whether it's
it's
bull
a
or
good
bear.
prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think crypto will become a major talking point in elections this year. Um, I think we finally decide on a consensus name other than Web3 gaming,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully.
First,
Um,
oh man. I mean, I don't even have any crypto gaming predictions because it wouldn't be good. Um, I predict the opposite of that. I think that we continue our identity crisis and
Dude,
people.
if the identity crisis goes on for another year, it might be over for Web3
Jerry, I
gaming.
tweeted out in like late 2022 that we had an identity crisis, and
Yeah.
it's been driving me crazy ever since. And I was on stage in Manila arguing with like the biggest brains in the space: Hantao, Koji,
Yeah.
Oliver, Sam. Shout out to Michael Sartine, the tatted lawyer. And I was Omar from Games, and I was like dismayed that like I couldn't. I thought I made really great points, and I couldn't get any bit of progress. So I think,
I know.
dude, we're
Well,
we're so
for an industry, and like those people are all great, right?
yeah.
And I think those people are some of the very forward thinking minds. But I
Mhm.
think one of, if you want to look at like an example of like why is gaming in the state that it's in, I
Yeah,
think you can look at a couple of things like, what do we even call this thing,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Why can't we agree on that? And I
We
think
can't get
there's,
aligned.
yeah, and I think there's a lot of people that are just like kind of have their feet stuck in the cement here
Mhm.
on this kind of stuff, and like, but I think the fact that we all call it like 10 different things is actually a little bit of a problem, right?
Yep.
And so um
And I mean, that's really like the state of crypto across the board. We've kind of lost the plot and like the
mhm.
narrative of what everyone is here doing together to try and drive this stuff forward.
Yeah.
Um, and it's really hurting our communications with retail and with
Yeah.
like normies as people call them. It's like no one's on board about anything.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. And I think that's really highlighted in the gaming sector, right?
Yeah.
So I hope, it's been my challenge. I have had this call out for like 2 years and nobody's come up with anything. I don't know that like on chain, or what's the thing that Michael says all the time, Michael
Yeah, yeah,
Christine, it's
on
like
chain
on
gaming.
chain. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cause then people are gonna be like, do we put a hyphen in it? It's whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
I actually fundamentally agree with him in that take. I just don't think that we're there yet. I do think that the future way that people will talk about crypto is on chain. I think on chain equals online, just what like how people came online. I think the future of society will be like moving on chain, and
mhm.
people it'll become commonplace for people to be like, "Oh, like is that on chain?" Or like, "Oh,
Yeah.
are you doing that on chain?" Or like, "What chain is that?"
Mhm.
Um So I agree with that. But right now, in how we communicate, you have to meet people where they are.
Yeah.
And if people know anything about crypto, it's like it's just crypto.
Yeah.
So you have to speak to them in what they're familiar with.
Yeah. Yeah. No, wholeheartedly agree. Okay, I have a couple more,
Yeah.
two kind of silly ones that I actually do believe, and then one kind of serious one, and then I'll be in my top five. But I think this year, 2026, Twitter Spaces, I think they get sunset. I think Twitter Spaces just end.
Ooh. Dude, that's interesting. If Twitter Spaces end, like that has a huge impact on crypto. But
Yeah.
like, who, I don't know, are other people outside of crypto using Twitter Spaces?
I don't think so, right? I mean, I've been in such a CT bubble for so long, and it's like really hard
Yeah.
to break out of like bubbles in Twitter. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know like what is like MLB Twitter doing? What is NFL
Yeah.
Twitter? Do they do Twitter Spaces? Like, I
Yeah. I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I've the only times like I see spaces get brought up outside of crypto is like whenever Elon does one, right? But he
Yeah.
has to do them because obviously they're his platform, right? So
Yeah. I think there's two good examples outside of crypto. One is the news. If there's like a breaking news thing, Mario Nafal, like politicians will come on. People will be
yeah,
talking about like, if there's a war
yeah,
update or like a strike or a tragedy or something. It is a really great platform for people to come together. And then I do know that like there's a lot of hip hop spaces. People will come
mm,
on and talk like, or like rappers will jump on or whatnot. But yeah, I guess I don't see much outside of that. And I would have to imagine that the cost of running Twitter spaces is massive.
yeah,
And, as great as I would hate to see that, because I do think we need a medium where you can, with the click of a button, start talking to the world and
yeah,
communities and go live.
yeah,
So I think it's such a fundamental product, but at the same time, I mean, I can also see Twitter being like, dude, we're hemorrhaging money,
yeah,
and like we're not getting the value out of this that we
yeah.
need.
And I think the writing's just on the wall, and that like they haven't put resources into Twitter Spaces in forever. Like they're not getting
Mhm.
better; they're just getting worse and worse, right? So,
Damn.
um,
That'd be interesting though, because maybe, I mean, if they did that, you could see the emergence of like, Clubhouse coming back, or
yeah.
like, like another social media platform that is focused on those spaces.
Audio, yeah, because the undoxed people are still gonna want things. Like a lot of like
Yeah.
really talented undoxed hosts, right? And
Yeah.
like, I mean, this is I didn't put this in to plug a sponsor, but I will plug a sponsor. Arena Stages, I think, are a much more functioning product of like what Twitter Spaces want to be, and I
Mm.
think that could be a migration point to something like Arena for more people. But I just don't see Twitter wanting to continue like the hassle that Spaces are.
Ooh, I
Mhm.
gotta, okay. If we're talking about things that are going to die, honorable mention, hot take. I think Pump Fund dies in 2026.
Whoa, they have so much money.
Dude, Alon hasn't tweeted since like October or November. And I think it has something to do with like the lawsuit going on. And yeah, they've got so much money, but I think they're just going to die with it.
Like
Like
that
they're
into legal fees.
they're exit
Damn,
exit
that's
liquidity, bro.
crazy, dude. Oh
Exit liquidity,
wow.
bro.
Damn, Pump Fund being one of the ones to close up. I
I
mean,
don't think they
there's like
close up, but it's just like, dude, it's like it's
like
dead.
it 2026 Pump Fund dies.
Yeah. It's like
Dang. Yeah, that's a crazy one. Yeah, you're getting some reactions for that.
I'm
Um,
sorry,
yeah.
guys.
Um, yeah,
To be
I
clear,
mean,
to be clear,
yeah,
again, I don't think that like does Pump Fund exist in 2026 and 2027? Yes. I don't think that
yeah.
they shut down because they've got more money than God,
But they start
right?
the slow death.
But yeah, the writing is on the wall. Like you said with the writing on the wall with Twitter Spaces, the writing is on the wall with Pump Fund.
Yeah. I have a take that's similar to this in my top 5.
Me too.
So, okay. Um, okay. My last honorable mentions. I think an everything app or some sort of like crypto off ramp or something that lets you like spend crypto more easily
Hmm.
will be like the 2026 project of the year.
Hmm.
Is something that lets you use crypto to live your life. And then I
Hmm.
think this cycle, if it's over and we're going into a new one, if we call the 2021 the retail cycle, it's called 20 the one that came after that, the institutional cycle. I think next cycle will go down as the Ethereum cycle.
Mm.
And where Ethereum really sets itself up as like kind of the next internet, like that kind of overarching large thing.
Are you just saying that because Vitalik tweeted out Milady?
No, I didn't even know he did that. So, but he does have a huge dong, so that helps, you know? People like their founders to be well hung, I guess, because the best thing that
That
ever
sounds like
happened to
something that you
Ethereum.
like, Jerry.
Dude, do you remember that picture? He had like a water bottle in his pocket or something. People thought it was like his wiener, and they were like, "Yo, I'm all in on ETH."
Yeah, I
Um,
didn't. I try not to remember it, but thank you for
it's burned
putting
in
it
my
in my
memory.
head.
Yeah, maybe I
Yeah,
looked at that picture one too many times. I can't
yeah.
forget it.
Apparently, dude,
So,
you've got it up
yeah,
on your wall.
yeah, it's behind me right here. You guys can't see it. Um, okay, that's my honorable mention. So we go top five. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, me first. You first.
I'll go first. You
Okay.
kicked it off before. Prediction. One of my top fives. Stable coins win, and this is kind of two, but I'll lump it into one. I think creator coins fail.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I I agree. I
Yeah.
agree wholeheartedly with that.
So I think stable coins like have been the winner, and will continue to be the winner. And this past year we thought was going to be so magnificent, and in many ways it was, but in many ways like it hasn't been, as we all know.
Yeah.
And I think quietly stable coins continue to be where the true product market fit and value proposition of crypto
Hmm.
continues to exist. And I think we see the real emergence of that, the compounding effect of people building, institutional involvement. Like you said, I have a take on the crypto apps with like Robinhood,
Yeah.
and Coinbase, and like you said, like apps that people use to on ramp and off ramp money. I think that's all going to be stable coins with like the Gemini card and the
Yeah.
AVAX card, and like you're just going to be
Hmm.
able to use your card, and it's just on chain, it's abstracted away, and it's based on stable coins.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
yeah,
And because I think stablecoins are one of the few things that you can look at that it's an easy to understand thing that
yep,
also makes everybody's life better in some way. Whether
yep,
that's like people like us who are in really nice positions in life and doing all right, to compared to like somebody who lives in like Venezuela who has like a hyper unstable currency that they might want to take and have that be in a more stable form of currency. And like that can be a really good investment, right? If you can
yep,
just have something in a stable dollar while your country figures out how to stabilize its currency, that's actually a not a bad way to make an investment, right? But it's
yeah,
also a great way to not lose money because like
mhm,
when your native dollar is like really unstable, it's a good way to gain spending power, but it's a really good way to lose spending power too. And that sucks for people that are like, it doesn't happen in tier one countries. It only happens in like, like countries that are still kind of like building up infrastructure and building up ways to like become national or like global players. Right. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm all in on stable coins, man. I agree with that. And then I don't really believe in creator tokens either. I think there's too many options, right? And like
mhm.
Base took everything a step too far, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we saw. I mean, this was one of the big stories of the holiday. Thread guy posted a 10-minute video saying he'll never buy a creator coin again, and he laid out why they are fundamentally flawed. Which I have felt this way since 2023. I've never really done the SocialFi. It's as a creator, it's never made sense for me to launch my own token, and until that like happens, I won't believe in creator coins. And it got to the point where like Brian Armstrong hopped on a call, like a 2 hour call with Thread Guy,
Yeah.
and like talked about it. And it's sad to see Base not have any better ideas for the future of crypto
Yeah.
than creator coins.
Yeah.
And they keep like scapegoating themselves with like, we're just gonna try things and keep figuring it out. And it's like, bro, like you guys are supposed to be the leaders of the industry. And I love Jesse. To be clear, I love Jesse and I
Yeah.
love Base. I just like I don't believe in creator coins, and yeah, so I think they'll continue to fail, and the sooner the better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and Thread Guy is like, he should be the number one person excited about creator coins because he would have the most
Yeah,
to gain from things like that, right? So
yeah,
when even that person who is like probably the number one of one influencers that come from CT,
yeah.
if he's not excited about them, that's a problem, right? So
Yeah, Thread. I mean, anybody, right? If like
yeah,
none of the top guys are interested in this stuff,
yeah,
right? You don't see
right,
Ansem with a creator coin. You don't see Kobe with a creator coin.
yeah,
Even like super active
Yeah.
people right now, like Choose Rich and
Yeah.
Clemente and
Yeah.
Easy, right? Like, it would make so much sense for Choose Rich to have a creator coin, but they don't work. I actually think he like someone launched one on his behalf back in the day. I
Yeah.
don't know, but I mean, they don't make sense. We all know it.
Well, creator coins get really attractive to like that level of creator who hasn't really built a business yet or
Yeah.
a media company yet, right? So like because you really want to monetize your channel or your brand or whatever, but like that the businesses haven't come to you yet. And like those guys are all at that level where they're making plenty of money that they don't need to
Mhm.
take on the risk of having their own coin that they're in charge
Yeah.
of, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but it does get attractive to like that kind of mid-level person who's still building, right?
Mhm.
Okay, that's a pretty good first take. Okay, here's my number 5 prediction for 2026. At least two major top 100 crypto ecosystems will die in 2026. So I'm thinking here of your like polygons, your mantles, your kind of scale network, right? Pick your
Mm.
L2 that's out there
Damn.
that
My
has
man
said,
saying names.
well, no, I mean, those are just examples, right? Like, I mean, I honestly don't know the health of any of those ecosystems, but I'm saying like it'll be kind of that tier of project
Yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like you don't think about it every day, but it is out there and it does have theoretically a lot of TVL or whatever. At least two of those will be dead this year.
Damn. Can blockchains die? Do
Uh,
blockchains die? I don't even know.
that liquidity can move off real fast, dude.
I mean, yeah, I can see like, I don't know how the Bear Chain launch has been going and what were some of the other ones. I think Monad is holding up pretty well.
Yeah, I think Monad's doing well. Yeah,
All things considered. But some of the other ones, I mean, yeah, I'm not even I haven't heard a
yeah.
peep from them.
Because when you start to
Um,
get into the top hundreds, you're looking at like Celestia, you're looking at like
yeah,
Starknet, you're looking at like
yeah,
Chili's. Yeah,
yeah. What is
like
that?
some of those, yeah, exactly, right? So Optimism is up there. I mean, Optimism has like the benefit of so many things are built on their stack,
Yeah, OP
but
OP is huge. I think OP is like one of the main winners.
yeah. Yeah, ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
people pretty much isn't like Arbitrum like using
Dude,
Optimism
I mean,
for
Base uses like Optimism tech, right?
yeah, for
So
all their stuff.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're one of the ones that are like finding product market fit.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's a good take. That's a good take.
Mhm.
Do you want to? Is there any more that you want to go on that or?
Nah, go, your turn.
Well, this one's very obvious, right?
Mhm.
This one's almost a cop out, but I mean, we'll take the easy win. Prediction markets, they continue
Mm,
to dominate, they continue to go mainstream. Like
yeah.
while 2026 is a year of chop for crypto, it will be the year that prediction markets, I mean, I think 2025 they broke out.
Yeah.
But I think in 2026 they continue to like really establish themselves
Yeah.
and continue to see like massive growth, massive adoption, massive integrations into everyday life, and it is the crypto product like it's the killer app of crypto.
Yeah. This is great because this matches up with my number 4 prediction, which is though I agree with everything that you said. I agree with everything that you said from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
I think my number 4 prediction is that you'll see at least one major class action lawsuit against a prediction market company.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. Like
I still
probably.
love them. I still love them to death. I still will use them, but I think you'll see major lawsuits around some of the mark, and I think that kills off things like mention markets, and I think it kills off things like some of those like more obscure like markets that exist out there. I think
Yeah.
those will quickly turn into non-functioning features from them from
Mm.
because there will be lawsuits around them, and part of that lawsuit will be like it's just not worth us having this.
I think that's a great take. I think you're exactly right. However, I think that unlike Pump Fun, so I think that's true for Pump Fun.
Hmm.
And I think Pump Fun is going to get hit hard by it. Whereas I think prediction markets like Kalshi and Play Market are different, is that they are preparing for that and they're
Right.
already like fortifying for it.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be like Uber, where those lawsuits will come, but they will have become too big to fail,
Yeah.
and they will like force the legislation to adapt and ultimately like accept them so that they can
Yeah.
win and stay. Like,
Yeah.
we know ICO Beast is a former lawyer and he works at Kalshi,
Right.
and like you think that's not a part of their daily conversations of
Oh,
like
1,000%.
getting entrenched in, you know, uh, the right legal way
Yeah.
to exist. So I think you're right, but I think it'll play out like Uber, where they will ultimately win, and and keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, and I think yeah, no, you nailed it. They have great legal teams, all of them. But I think it'll be a situation where it's like it's just cheaper to settle than it is
Yeah.
to fight the lawsuit, and part of that settlement will be like, okay, we're not going to do mention markets anymore, and then you'll see a
Mhm.
company spin off from that, and then like do mention markets only or whatever, right? So, all right, what's your number three?
Kind of like in line with this. So I think that apps will beat protocols. I think it'll be like the
Mm,
year of the app. I think like we've just been trying so many things from like a technical infrastructure protocol level, from a blockchain, design level, from a token launching level, that like everybody is moving towards trying to build apps that
I
like
love this
will
take.
work, that people will use. So I think that Robinhood, will integrate more and more crypto. Everyone wants to be the everything app,
Yeah,
right? And I think that we're going to continue to see. I think we'll have a breakout. I think we'll have a breakout in the everything app.
yeah,
Um, Coinbase wants to be it. Robinhood wants to be it. Base is trying to be it.
yeah,
Even OpenSea is like
yeah,
in some ways trying to be the everything crypto app. And that's ultimately like what we need. We need apps that people can download on their phones and have a good experience and just like start using. Like, people are pulling up Polymarket over Christmas and whatnot.
yeah.
I think we'll continue to see that.
I love that take. I love that. Stop building picks and shovels, okay?
Yeah.
Stop building picks and shovels. Build shit people can use. Okay, I love that take. Okay, number three, another prediction market one. You will see prediction markets accurately call 90% of the midterm elections
Mm,
at every level. Senate,
I love
governor
that.
races, 90% accuracy on prediction markets.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Hard to disagree. I mean, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. What I have not factored in is how much it will be a midterm year, and how much politics will continue to play a role in that. So maybe actually, I think that'll play. That might feed into my number one prediction for 2026. But for now, my number two prediction is that regulations will continue. Like, we've been making real strides with the Clarity Act and the Genius Act, and I think that we're going to get a lot more regulation clarity in 2026 from specifically the U.S. government, and
Yeah,
that is really really important for our industry as a whole.
yeah,
Um, I mean, that's the progress that is needed and that has been lacking. And I think maybe not this year, but down the line, that will open up the floodgates for the industry.
yeah.
But I don't think that that will happen this year. And like I said, like, we're going to chop around. I think that tokens will be down, even though we're
Mm,
making good structural progress.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I disagree with that. I think I've kind of that's kind of where my head is at for the year. Um, yeah. So I like that take overall. Okay, number two for me. You will see a crypto app hit a sustained number one on the app stores, on mobile app stores.
Mm.
So that could be Digidagaku. That could be a game. I think Digi has the best chance if it's from gaming if they launch it this year, which I think they're supposed to. I think it could be an everything app. I think it could be the base app when that opens up more broadly. But I think it'll be number one on merit. It won't be number one because of a gimmick, right? It won't be like performance marketing heavy. It'll be something that picks up enough steam that people want it people want to be on it. They want to use it. They want to see what it's about. And yeah, I think that'll happen this year.
I love that. Um,
Maybe remix, maybe Digi.
oh,
I think
maybe
Digi.
Arena.
Maybe Arena. I think yeah, it could be any of those. I think if it's gaming, it'll be Digi or Project O.
Mm.
But I don't know what those timelines are.
Yeah, I love that. Again, I didn't come with a gaming predictions, but Digidagaku and Project O are great call outs. I think I didn't order these well.
Hmm.
I should have like built up to them because I think I gave my my best ones in the beginning. So
We'll
I'm
fix
kind
it
of,
in the edit. Don't worry.
yeah, I'm kind of adjusting my my number one crypto prediction on the fly a little bit. But I think that 2026, so 2025 was really like the year of crime, right? It's been the crime cycle.
Yeah. Shout out
And
Trump, baby.
with everything that we're seeing with the Minnesota daycares
Yeah.
and everything
Yeah,
over the
those guys
holiday.
definitely laundered that money through crypto. Watch that come out, dude.
um I'm not gonna make the joke that I was thinking. Uh, that's
There's gonna be a
that's
joke
not
about
something you
pirates, I'm sure.
say on live stream. I think that 2026 will continue to be the year of fraud. But it may be the last year of crypto fraud.
Ooh.
Hopefully, like we need to stamp out the fraud. And I think as you were saying, the regulations are coming, the midterms are coming. Like, there's so much fraud outside of crypto. We're seeing, with the government and all these budgets. And I was just watching the All In podcast really
Mm,
break down these issues.
yeah.
I think that becomes a huge narrative politically as we
Mm,
come into the midterms, like you were saying. And I think that like Doge really becomes the Department of Government
yeah.
Efficiency will become a really pivotal narrative and campaign talking point. And I think through that, like crypto will win because I think a lot of this stuff needs to be on chain and like have transparency.
Yeah.
So I think like the combination of that push in society and politics, along with the crypto regulations being pushed through, I think that we'll see the end of like crypto fraud and more fiscal responsibility like coming into politics and accountability.
Yeah.
And I think all of that will just be good for the world, will be good for society, will be good for people, will be good for, taxpayers, and
Yeah.
ultimately be good for crypto.
I would love nothing more than that, right? Because like one of the things that's painful for all of us that when we try to like advocate for crypto is like, well, everybody just uses it to buy drugs. And
Yeah.
it's like, well, dude, people use the internet for that in the 90s and early 2000s too, but like the internet just grew to be a thing that you need to have in your life to live a functioning normal life relatively in 2026, right? So I think we're in the beginning steps of like overcoming that, but I would love for that not to be able to be used against like crypto, just be this mark on crypto that's like, oh well, if people used it to buy drugs on Silk Road and like Ross, tried to pay a hitman off in Bitcoin or whatever. And it's like, yeah, dude, people you do the same thing with dollars every single
Yeah.
day on a bigger scale, right? So I
Yeah.
would love that, and I love that as your number one. There's the optimist. You went from spicy back to icy. So, okay, my number one is this is maybe a corpo suit dub level take right now. My number one prediction for 2026 is the most worthwhile on-chain farm will be from a Fortune 500 company. So
Mm.
I think your next Hyperliquid is going to come from a major company. It's probably going to be
Yeah.
Stripe, I think,
Yeah.
or Google. But
Yeah.
your big on-chain event for this year will be, your next Hyperliquid is going to be from a big tech company.
I love that. I love that. It's so interesting. I mean, I think you're right, right? Like you have Arc with Circle
Yeah,
doing stuff.
Hmm.
Stripe is a really fantastic call out. I should have thought of them because I think there's like a battle between Coinbase, Robinhood, and Stripe.
Yeah.
And it's hard to bet against Stripe.
Yeah.
But it's also hard to bet
Yeah,
against
I mean,
Robinhood.
Robinhood would
Crypto
be good too.
based.
I mean, and
Yeah.
they're already doing the like the foundational steps of like, their stuff with Arbitrum, like being an
Yeah.
on-chain, like having their own L2. So I wasn't actually thinking about Robinhood
Yeah.
when I said this. I was thinking mostly about Stripe and
Yeah.
like Arc from Circle. But I think Robinhood's actually a really good call out too, because I mean, I think you can use, their chain isn't live, right?
I don't think so. I just think that they're yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's a
Yeah,
good
I know
question.
there's
I
supposed to
don't
be
think
like an
so.
Arbitrum like orbit chain like
Yeah.
eventually, right? But I don't know if there's ever anything that's come from that. I'll do some research on that. I'll follow up with everybody on Tuesday, but maybe Robinhood's up there too.
Very interesting discussion. Because like as we're having it, it makes me think of like the what would have been honorable mentions because it's interesting. Nowhere in our predictions or our conversation have we talked about Telegram or AI. AI
Mhm.
was not a part of any of our predictions, which
Yeah,
that's probably a miss on our parts because obviously AI is going to have a huge impact on everything.
yeah.
Um, but very interesting.
I think people are tired of talking about AI.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit. I mean, I use AI more than ever,
yeah, yeah,
but I mean, like, I don't. You're kind of in a similar probably boat. Icy's got a whole team, whereas like Brandon and I have a bunch of AI subscriptions, right? But like, we are able to do that. We don't have to pay people right now
yeah,
because there's a lot of stuff that we can still do because of
yeah,
AI, right? And um, that I think AI has just gotten a little bit boring. Like for as far
yeah,
as AI is coming, and like I said,
yeah.
I'm using it more now than ever,
Mhm.
but I'm just a little bit tired of like people like of having to talk about it so much, And I think it's just become one of those things where like until the next like really big push or like advancement in some of these models, it's just people are going to talk about it less. Until then, you're like, oh my god, like now I literally am firing people because of it or whatever. So
Interesting. That's I think that's a fair take. I think I have the opposite take
yeah.
where like as much as I love crypto and I'm still super interested in crypto, I think crypto's like been boring to talk about. It's
Mm.
like, oh, new token. Oh, lighter. What happened with lighter? The airdrop surprise, the airdrop disappointed. Oh,
Yeah.
like, oh.
Yeah.
Whereas like things happening in AI, it's like I we should be probably, more excited about what's happening with AI. And I guess if I were to take any prediction, it'd be that like AI gaming has a breakout.
Mm.
Because like traditional gaming hates AI.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're
Oh,
so
yeah,
averse to
dude.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I got into a heated argument with well, not heated, but like a lengthy argument with a friend recently who's not in crypto, just a huge gamer.
yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, all this stuff. We were playing Baldur's Gate, and I was like, oh, AI is gonna come like disrupt a bunch of this stuff. And then he was like, I hope not. And I was like, what do you mean you hope not? And then, but yeah, dude, like regular gamers hate
Yeah.
AI in the same way that they hate blockchain.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the same way they hate anything really.
Exactly.
The same way they hate themselves.
And I think those walls, with AI in particular, will come to break down. Crypto in
So,
themselves, maybe not, but
yeah. So do
uh,
you think that AI in gaming, do you think it's from like a game development standpoint or from like a game player standpoint where we'll be playing alongside AI in a more meaningful way, or do you think from the development standpoint?
I think the development standpoint, which is what the gamers are averse to, because they, for some reason, they want the purity of
Yeah.
like game developers like
These
doing
these
every
people
little thing by hand.
yeah.
Um, but no, it's just in the development, right? So like Arc
Yeah.
Raiders is a great example
Yeah.
where the enemies in the PvE part of the game were all trained with reinforcement learning. There
Yep.
was no they dropped the enemies, the big robots into the world and they just learned by doing.
Yeah.
And Arc Raiders, the studio Embark
Yep.
open sourced that technology so that anybody
Yep.
can use it and deploy it in their games. And
Yeah.
that's like the exact case study that you want to see for how AI is improving gaming and making it faster, better,
Yeah.
smarter, more fun and more engaging. And it's beautiful. If anyone's ever played Arc Raiders, like, dude, the enemies are hard. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
no
Well,
joke.
yeah,
Like it impacts the game. It's not just some
yeah.
NPC where you're like, this
Yeah.
is stupid.
Right, right. Because like the bots in Fortnite, right? It's like they're laughable. Like when you ever get like a bot
Yeah.
lobby, when you like if you haven't played Fortnite in a while, you come back in, they put
Yeah.
you in
It's a
like a game with
joke.
like 20 real players and like 80 bots, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, and you start to think you're good, and then you realize like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm in a bot lobby, right? But
Yeah.
I really like that take because I mean, because it speaks to both halves of it, right? Where like
Mhm.
from a development standpoint, the game Arc Raiders is fundamentally better because they
Mhm.
use an open source AI technology, and
Yep.
people gamers can hate that if they want to, but those same people that hate that
Yeah.
love playing
The
the
game.
game.
Yeah.
And
The
I
results,
don't
the end
think a lot of
product.
people know that that is an open source AI like piece of technology because you don't see that get talked about from like the mainstream game media right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so thus it's not really hitting like the Reddit circle where people can just like live in their circle of hatred about like things like this. But it
Yeah.
also it's going to make development of PvP and like PvPvE games, right? It's going to make those better.
Mhm.
And but also people are playing alongside AIs, right? So it's going to make that kind of like what I call like the 1.5 player experience, I think, more normalized.
Yeah.
And then this is where like your parallel colonies come in, or this is where like, your god building type games or like your, 4X city builder can now be rather than like clicking a tile, oh, I want to upgrade this. I have enough coins to upgrade this. Like now you can play that game via like prompts and
Mhm.
with a higher level of like customization rather than just like this progressional 4X experience, right? So I actually really like that take because I think that's going to be the normal game experience in like 2 or 3 years. And also, it just bothers me when gamers complain about they like they complain about every side of the coin, right? So they're
Yep.
like, I don't want AI in game building, and I'm like, okay, well, artists and engineers and marketers and exposure, all these things are more expensive than ever, right? Now, you don't want to pay $100 for each game,
Right.
but you don't want AI in the games, which maybe can keep games at a competitive price point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really have that. So, um, yeah, I love that take. Great way to end.
Jerry, you're such a
Yeah,
great host, man. You liked all of my takes, man. You made me feel so good. This
you
is
had
such a
good
great
takes. I
way
was
to kick off
surprised you had all
2026.
you had all good takes, dude. It's not normal for you. So,
Oh
um,
man.
man, yeah, that was you brought the right level of icy heat right there. It was this blend between icy and spicy. It's
What is so I'm because I'm curious. I want to know, and I'm sure the audience does too. Like, what is 2026 looking like for Exit Liquidity? Brandon should be back next week. You guys have been
yeah,
building this show. I'm sure you took some holidays to like,
yeah,
relax, recover, but also strategize and look forward to the year, man. So what's it looking
yeah.
like? What are you excited about?
Oh man, I'm like more nervous and excited about like this year, I think, than I've ever been professionally. I think because I just own a bigger stake in like what the future of it all looks like. But I definitely want to take like you and I like you helped me pilot something, which is just like taking the show on the road a little bit and doing some stuff like sitting down with people in person, right? So I really want to hit the conference circuit this year heavily and just be like because we always as an industry we always do things like consensus or token break or token 2049 point break. What's it called? Point break, so the Solana one, whatever.
Yeah, break
um
point.
break point. Jesus. Then we do token and all that stuff, and then you get a bunch of like Twitter posts from it, and there's some like PR and everything, but there's nobody who's like, here's the conversations that had to happen. And I think like I really enjoy doing this style of content. So, I want to do more of it in person. So hopefully that'll happen. We're kind of laying the plans for that. Um,
I love that,
and-
man, because you're really good at interviewing in person.
yeah,
I DM'd you on the side because your interviews from YGG Play Summit were fantastic, man. So
yeah, yeah. I appreciate that. It's ADD, you know. I'm always thinking about something, so it's easy to have a conversation, right? Because I'm always like, kind of like, where's the next thing that like this can be an interesting thing. I just hate having like boring conversations in person. You've seen me have to suffer through the most boring conversations sometimes, and I'm just like staring off into space, and I'm just like, I wish this person didn't have me in a corner right now,
That's why
talking
when
my
I
ear
see
off.
you there, chatting people up, I come in and try and inject a little
Yeah,
spiciness there, you know.
yeah, dude. And then
But
then I'm
that's a
out. You
story
know.
for another show. We gotta wrap this one up, guys.
That's
It's
yeah.
been a
Dude,
pleasure
Icy was my
being
enemy for
here.
a little bit. Yeah.
When does
Um,
the show air? When are we coming back? Is it Tuesdays 1
Yeah.
p.m. EST?
So
When's the next show, brother?
thanks for the move on from a time where Icy really hurt my feelings one day.
Stay
Um,
tuned to a
yeah,
future episode.
yeah. I'll tell that story a long time from now when I when it's safe to tell it. Um, yeah. So no, yeah, we'll be back Tuesday. Indeed, thank you. But yeah, we want to do more in person. Want to just kind of like take what's working as a base format and just like continue to elevate that. You know. Um, and yeah, I want to get back to like my roots a little bit with like more daily streams too that are just like a little bit more
Mm,
casual but fun, you
nice.
know. Um yeah, man, and that's it, you know. Just I think we've found a formula and now it's time to like put gas on it a little bit, you know. So, what about you? Talk about gaming daily.
Uh,
Just plug yourself, baby. What's 2026 for Icy looking like?
Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm super excited. So for anyone unfamiliar, I host a daily crypto gaming news show where we talk about what's happening in crypto gaming, just like you talk about what's happening in DeFi and the arena and things like that. We are transitioning from the daily video to a daily live stream. So I'm also getting back
What?
into live streaming.
Do I
And
get to
I'll
come
be,
on?
yeah, definitely. So I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to be a cool new format. And really, I'm going to be building the Gaming Daily website. So gamingdaily.gg is like my passion project that I've been building for the past 8 months. And it's basically a news and events aggregator. Just like, Pangolin is the aggregator of aggregators. Gaming Daily will be the aggregator of crypto gaming news and events. So really founder mode, builder mode, but keeping the content going. And I'm super, super excited about it. Thank you for giving me a space to talk about it. Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure, man. I've known you for a few years now, and I've always known how brilliant, how smart, how funny and charismatic as you are. And it's been great to watch you step more into creator founder mode, and really happy for you and Brandon, two of my favorite human beings. And excited to keep watching you guys build Exit Liquidity.
Ah, appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's really cool seeing you step into founder mode. You know, it's you know, when I first met you, you were some drunk dude in the middle of an
All right,
intersection
guys,
in
we
New
got to
York.
wrap this show up. Shout out to Pangolin, the official Dex. Shout out to Arena. Shout out to all of the sponsors that make this show possible. We'll be back Tuesday, 1 p.m. EST, whatever time that is,
Oh, you
PST.
nailed it.
I don't even
Yeah.
know. Brandon will be
East Coast
back giving you
elitism.
all the food updates and holiday updates. I'm sure you had some good food over the holidays, so stay tuned to that. Our Glizzy's returning in 2026. Tune in Tuesday to find out.
Yeah, 2026, the year of the glizzy. I see already did the ad reads. I don't need to do them. I see. Thanks so much for coming on, man. You have an open invite anytime you want to be here, brother.
Love you,
I
man.
plugged all your socials, but yeah, check out Gaming Daily. Do they still need codes for Gaming Daily?
Yes, the code is
Okay.
alpha. Just type in
Alpha.
alpha and you'll
Okay.
get access.
Cool. All right. I will I'll send that to some of our people. I'll plug it in the my ticket room and everything. But thanks for coming on, dude. Come on anytime. When does the live stream launch? When's episode 1?
Monday, 6 p.m.
Monday,
EST, 3 p.m. PST.
6 p.m. All right, I'll be there, man.
Love you, man.
All right, brother. Love you too,
Bye.
man. We'll talk to you soon. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Sorry we didn't have Brandon today. He's just got a situation that he has to attend to. All very good things happening for Brandon. But yeah, he had to step away from the office for a day. We'll keep you guys updated on how things are going. Please don't be worried about him. All things are doing very well, and good things happening. Um, yeah. What else do we got? What else do we got? What's up, Art Wolfie? What's up, Hapu? Thank you, Roy. Thank you guys for being here. It was a little harder to be on top of the chats today because running the show solo. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Couple quick plugs from us. We're launching a few, joint accounts for specifically for this stream and what it grows into and the purposes of having that. So we'll still obviously be super active on our personal accounts, but the joint accounts are all going to be under Exit Liquidity Media. If you guys could toss those follows, and then we'll be posting out some more stuff there. But that'll be the home for kind of this show. Yeah, Exit Liquidity Media, and then unfortunately for X, it has to be different. It's Exit Liquid Media, because X is kind of a pain in the ass in a lot of ways, and you can't have too long of a name. So I'll put in a bid for like a better handle soon, but I have to get the account up and running and posting and getting some traction on it. So other than that, don't have much. Really, really appreciate you guys typing and talking at the same time. So I can't do two things at once. I'm a true man. I have a one-track mind. Yeah, fun show. Really appreciate Icy coming on. Really appreciate you guys showing Icy a warm welcome and um, you know, letting him see what the show is all about. He's one of my best friends, in professionally for sure, but in life, just a great person who, has really grown to be a special person, in my life. And, he's a good friend because I dropped this on him like with 2 hours ahead of the show. And he said like, yeah, I'll be there. No worries. And he pushed off some meetings and everything. So appreciate you guys showing him some love. Go follow his accounts. He's actually working on some really cool stuff, and seeing his growth is really motivating for me, and very humbling, to just see a friend who you kind of met because you were all fans of stuff at some point, and all kind of enjoyed the same things, to then see somebody who has really taken a bet on himself and started to build products and build apps and build things himself is you know like I said, it's humbling and very fun to watch a friend do that, and it's very motivating too because as I've decided to step into this lane a little bit more too, um, every time I'm like starting to think things are hard or get frustrated or anything, I just look at Icy and I'm like, dude, this guy's working so hard. And really great sounding board. Also a therapist. I think we operate as therapists to one another in a lot of ways. So yeah, it means a lot to me that you guys came out and showed some support to somebody like that. What's up, Light Yagami? Thank you for the tip in AVAX, man. I really appreciate that. The token price is down, so I'll go stake that immediately. Yeah, man, really fun to see also another person's perspective on just like what the market's going to do, what the market has been showing him, and where he sees things going. Yeah, really enjoyed the conversation. Tuesday, I believe we'll be getting Brandon back, but I will check in to see with him. And if we get Brandon back, we'll get his top predictions for the year. If not, we'll get another fun guest host to come in and vibe out and join in on fun with us. But yeah, this is a great time. X was doing really well. Really appreciate if IC's X chat is still active. Mir, so Mihedi, very nice to meet you guys. Thank you guys for coming in and chatting and joining in on the show, seeing what it's all about. Over on Brandon's, we have Maida, Danielle, a bunch of the regulars checking in, Manda, all checking in over there. And then, yeah, Hapu, Yagami, Art Wolfie, Yasha, MD, John, bunch of the regulars. Really appreciate you guys all for being here. And we kicked off Blaze today too. And Blaze, I think, is doing Blazethon right now. So go check that out. If you guys have votes, would appreciate them on the Exit Liquidity page over there. It's just at Exit Liquidity there as well. It was a good show and a good 2026 kickoff. What's up, Shifi? I think what we're going to do going forward maybe is just start calling these episodes. So next week will be episode 2. And yeah, Tuesday we'll be back for you guys on the 6th. Um, that's all I got. That's all I got. Love you guys. I think I might try to do a stream of some games later. And I'll be doing those on like slightly different channels. It'll be on my personal account. And slightly different platforms, I think, than just as many like crypto native ones. I'll do some of the Web 2 ones as well. Yeah, 2026 I think is going to be great for crypto. I don't know if I don't know if I'm fully in belief that it's going to be great price wise yet, but I think overall for crypto as a whole, it's going to be a really good year as far as like advancement of the industry. And we're committed to doing this for the next year, at least. I hope I do this for the rest of my life, and it's possible because of you guys. It's possible also because of sponsors like Pangolin. Check out Perps. Check out their swapping. It's the best DeFi platform the network has. Their tokens on Coinbase. What more can you ask for? Shout out Arena. This show is made possible, presented by them. We work hand in hand with those guys to help build this show, to help build, up the platform. We're very committed to supporting each other for the long term. So really appreciate those guys for making that happen. If you guys aren't on Arena, highly encourage you guys to check it out. If you guys are on Arena, you're probably talking to me over there. And I love you guys. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Happy New Year. Happy 2026. I hope this is a great year for all of us. And if I can do anything to help make it a better year for you guys or help you guys in any way, DMs are always open. I don't check them as regularly as I should, but I'll check them right now after the stream ends. So hit me up. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Happy New Year. And we'll see you Tuesday.